Konnichiwa. Can you say konnichiwa? That's how you say hello in Japanese. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Wednesday, September 5th, 2018, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1. The tallest statue in the world will soon be completed, and it will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on October 31st. But where is it? It's being constructed in Gujarat in India and hails our freedom fighter Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was called the Iron Man of India and is the person responsible for making all the states join independent India. The statue is called the Statue of Unity, not to be confused with the Statue of Liberty, right? And it's 182 meters high. The current tallest statue in the world is in China, not a surprise, and is called the Spring Temple Buddha, which is 128 meters tall. The Statue of Unity is costing the government over 20 billion rupees, and that's because the government gets to decide how to spend our tax money. Number 2. The world's most expensive painting sold at an auction, Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, or Savior of the World, and its winning bidder is finally known. He is the Saudi crown prince who paid $450 million for it, but some now say that maybe another crown prince bought it for the government. It was to be unveiled at the Louvre Museum in Abu Dhabi, but has been postponed to celebrate the one-year birthday of the spectacular museum. But why would anyone pay so much money for a painting? Well, Da Vinci is one of the world's most celebrated painters and people, and although he has made so much, only 20 known paintings of his are still around, and everyone would want one. Sometimes back long ago, famous artists would have their apprentices or interns help them with their work, and this painting of Salvator Mundi is believed to be one of them. Number 3. Japan has a culture for neatness. Everything is done in a polite, systematic way, and that also goes for recycling. They have a very detailed chart of how everything, including plastics, are to be separated and cut up before being disposed and thrown out of the house. Till recently, all of Japan's plastic waste was going to China, but now China has said no to importing Japan's dirty plastic household waste, as many countries have said no to China's unsafe plastic products too, like toys. So now the plastic waste is being sold to countries like Malaysia, watch out, and is being processed into tiny pellets so it can be reused, and otherwise just being dumped into the oceans. Household plastic is very different from other plastics as it's dirty, and that's what's ending up in our oceans. You see those used everyday plastic bags and bottles? And now for today's mega matter. Botswana in Africa, whose capital is Gaborone, has the largest elephant population in the world, so it's very disheartening to know that so many elephants have recently been poached there. Poaching is when people kill animals to sell their valuable parts, in this case like the ivory. Despite all the campaigning to make people understand that this is bad and the moral guilt they should be feeling. In fact, can you believe that over a third of Africa's elephants have been killed in the last decade, and 60% of Tanzania's elephants have been lost in just the last 5 years alone? We think it's easy to tell people what to do and to educate them, but in many parts of the world, where people are starving and wars are being fought every day in their country, if they're offered a lot of money for something like this, they might just fall into the trap to survive. But just when will they realize that it's wrong? Elephants are living things like us too. Today's word of the day is esoteric, something known only to a few select people who appreciate it. And finally, for today's quote of the day, one cannot think well, love well, sleep well if one has not dined well. That's a quote by Virginia Woolf, the author of many books including A Room of One's Own. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?